Is this pen working? Okay. And I should be erasing this first. Is this pen working? Oh, okay. So, good morning to all the participants and welcome from Rao's IS Study Circle, a name which symbolizes both experience and expertise. I'm your host. Hello. Okay. So, good morning to all the participants and welcome from Rao's IS Study Circle, a name which symbolizes both experience and expertise. I'm your host.
Focus on this window, kind of mute that.
Should I start from? Okay. So I hope I'm audible to all of you. Just write in a chat, yes. Good morning to all the participants and welcome from Rao's IS Study Circle, a name which symbolizes both experience and expertise in IS coaching. I'm your host. My name is Ritesh Singh and I am a senior faculty and mentor at Rao's IS and an expert in delivering lectures on essay and essay writing. Now, before becoming an educator with Rao's IS, I was working in a central government scheme called NRLM, National Rural Livelihood Mission. In that, I was posted in the state of Gujarat, Gandhinagar, and the post was General Manager HR and Admin. And in that, I got an opportunity to work directly with the top bureaucracy and the ministry, and hence got enormous insights into the working and functioning of the government, and also drafting various things like orders, circulars, agendas, minutes, reports, and all these experiential learning in terms of drafting, I will be giving and imparting to you so as to raise your job fitness. Now, when we talk about job fitness, when we talk about UPSC, UPSC is not just checking your knowledge, it is also checking your job fitness. So let me elaborate what is the meaning of job fitness here. So UPSC is searching for an individual who has got the ability to identify what is the problem, decode the solutions, and execute the solutions through better implementation. Now, when we talk about UPSC, here the implementation part is sequentially putting your thoughts in the paragraph form on a piece of paper, that is writing. And hence, writing becomes an art. It reflects your personality. It reflects your job fitness. So what we are going to do in this session for the next 20 days, yes, this session is going to continue for next 20 days. What we are going to do is we are going to nurture and develop a collaborative approach. Now, through this collaborative approach, I will be utilizing your existing knowledge that you gained right through the schooling, your college, your coachings, your self-study, your books, your lectures, your notes, and current affairs, and adding my observational and experiential inputs so as to create a holistic flow of knowledge. And that will be providing you the full job fitness for the examination. So here we have come with a program called Essay Test Series and Quality Improvement Program. And there are various features which you will be liking. Let me share all these features with you on the basis of PPT slide. Yes. So this is your program, Essay Test Series and Quality Improvement Program from Rouse IS. Now, there are various features for you which are specifically designed for the students like you who are living anywhere in this country who can join us online. And the features are, which you will be now seeing on the screen itself. Now, these classes have been designed on the basis of 3C framework. Now, when we talk about 3C framework, what is the first C here? See, we all know writing is an output. It requires very, very sound input. If the inputs are of high level and high quality, your writing improves gradually. So in this 3C framework, the first C will be the conceptual clarity. Now, when we talk about conceptual clarity, what we are going to do, we are going to enrich ourselves on all the concepts on which UPSC asks questions, whether political, whether economic, social, environmental, IR, security, every possible feature. And also simultaneously erasing all the doubts and fears with respect to philosophical essay, which troubles the most. Yes. So now the conceptual clarity will be the first C. Now the second C will be when you are ultimately individually raising the conceptual level, now they require connection because we need to develop the interdisciplinary approach. Hence, the next leg of our preparation will be connection. So here we are moving towards a full interdisciplinary approach by linking all the concepts and knowledge based on 360-degree approach and very, very sound flowchart methods. Now, these are going to raise your input level. And this will now be helping in the third C, that is command and confidence with respect to writing. And this will be enriched further, not only on the basis of inputs, but we are going to derive three targeted formulas to map all the UPSC essays. And you will be able to answer any possible topic in the examination. And what will be these three formulas and why formulas? Because most of the topics asked by UPSC are in the form of problem statements and they require solutions. And now remember, when you were doing maths in schools, you were using formulas to derive the solutions. Similarly, for the UPSC essays, we will be developing three basic formulas. First formula will be discussed today in today's class, and 2 will be carried forward tomorrow. And these 3 formulas will be opening around 20 more ideas to ultimately map every possible UPSC topic. Okay, so hence our approach will be 3C approach, building on the inputs and now ultimately delivering the best output. Yes. Now the other features of the programs are, we have already released a QIP booklet, Quality Improvement Program booklet, having 45 contemporary essays. Yes, this can be accessed through what e-learn platform of Rouse IS. Now this has already been released. Yes. Now this will be followed by 15 online lectures. Now, all these online lectures, each lecture will be a 2-hour duration. And after each lecture, there will be a recording available for next 7 days that you can see, revise, jot down the points again, and build up your skills. Yes. Now, these 15 online lectures will be followed by 6 thematic tests. Yes, 6 tests. In that, one will be diagnostic, which has already been released, which will be make available to other people who want to join for next 1 week. And then there are 3 thematic tests followed by 2 FLTs. So in all, we are going to work on 32 essays. So 45 in the booklet, 32 in the test series, around 75 essays which are going to upgrade your knowledge levels. Now, all these tests will be followed by 5 test discussions. That means when you combine 5 test discussions with 15 classes, you will be getting 20 live classes, yes, with enormous discussion points to be there, discussed there. Now, after that, other areas, personal mentorship will continue, yes, till the mains examination, and then followed by sample essay when we are going to wrap up this course, yes. We are going to distribute the sample essays to each and every students who are going to join. Now, these are the basic features of this program. But now, as I'm going to start the first class today, so we are not directly jumping into what answering various essay topics. I'm not here to deliver you 10 or 12 master copies on what various topics from different areas. I am here to raise your skills to the level that you are able to write more than 1000 essays. Yes, that means this is a skill development program, and that can only be developed when you are able to see a big picture. Yes. So we are going to first of all create all the conditions so that essay starts oozing out from your hand, yes, on a piece of paper. So here I'm going to show the big picture first, which should be ultimately be understood by each and every student so as to become a master writer. Yes. So I'm going to share the next slide with you. Now, many people think that they may not be able to score adequate marks in terms of rewriting. They ultimately falter. But at the end of this series, at the end of this program, I'm going to share the key takeaway. Your key takeaway will be the belief that you will score 176 in essay paper. Why 176? Because one of our previous students from Rouse IAS, who has ultimately been mentored by me through essay classes, scored 176 in the essay paper. So this belief you will be getting during the course of this essay QIP program. And if you want to score 176, then this is the right platform. Now, this platform is now going to be opened on the basis of a entire theme. That will be the big picture. Yes. Now, what is the big picture here? Now, you must have heard a term for last 6 to 8 months that is called Atmanirbhar Bharat. Yes. So Atmanirbhar Bharat literally means a self-reliant India. Yes. So now when we hear this term, see, this is a term which is now becoming very popular, but the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat is already there in the preamble of the Constitution. Yes. So now what is the vision of the preamble? What are the signs of Atmanirbhar Bharat? So let us see. The 4 signs which are visible in the preamble of the Constitution are justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. Yes, for all the citizens. Yes. So now these are the signs of a self-reliant India. So this is going to be a big picture, and we are going to connect all the UPSC essays with this. Okay, because this will be now making the major framework for you to answer various topics in the examination and fetching marks. Now, in this entire picture of self-reliant India, what is the role of a civil servant? As you are aspiring to become a civil servant, so you should be knowing your role in this. And your role is, I'm going to put this in the form of a question. What is the role of a civil servant? See, civil servants are actually managers of society. Yes. They are supposed to deliver the goods and services to the people. Yes. Now, managers anywhere, managers are supposed to create best products, create best services and deliver to the customers. Yes. But you must be thinking that I am using what business terms. No, these are not business terms. These are the terms which have been used in second ARC 10th report. Yes. So let me elaborate first. Let us see. So a civil servant is the manager of the society. Managers are tasked to deliver best products, services for the customers. Now, services and customers, where they are mentioned. So there's a second ARC 10th report, which talks about the type of civil service that is required for a new India. Yes, the civil service that delivers world-class, customer-focused services. Yes, this is a term which is mentioned in the second ARC report. So hence, let me elaborate first in a simplified word. Who are these customers? What is the product and what are the services? So the next slide will be in front of you explaining these. So the product is democracy. So we are a democratic country and we need to deliver the best product because we want to rise in the democracy index in the world. Yes, we want to rise to the topmost hierarchy in the democracy index. So we have to deliver the best product, and every product should have what certain basic features. Yes, which is going to what influence the people, influence the customers. So the features of this product are four. First is political, second economic, third is social, and fourth is environmental justice. So when you link this with preamble, three are already mentioned there: political, economic, and social. I've added the fourth, this is environmental justice. Why? Because the world is becoming more conscious to deal with climate change. Now everyone is trying to contribute their global foundations, their COP21, Paris climate talks, national determined goals. Yes, individual and collective responsibility to fight climate change, because the world is going to survive when they are going to fight the climate change, hence create environmental justice. Maybe the constitution makers at that time may not have visualized the decline in environment in near future. Otherwise, they would also put this in one form of justice in the preamble itself. Yes. So, but when we are going to talk about the product as a democracy in the class, we are going to talk about these four features. Now, after these features, so what are the services? Now, to deliver this product with features, we require services. And we all know civil servants are supposed to design and implement various policies, schemes, and programs. These are the services for the customers. And the customers are all the citizens of India. Now, a sound manager is that who should be knowing about his or her customer. Yes, that means a proper customer profile should be in the mind through proper customer survey. Now, when we talk about this, how this applies to a civil servant, how you know about the customers, how you know about the society. You know about the society and the people living in that through the UPSC syllabus. That is your indication. Yes. So let us see the UPSC syllabus in a completely different form. So we are now going to do customer profile and customer survey on the basis of the UPSC syllabus. So you have seen the syllabus, you've done the syllabus, you read n number of books, you know n number of subjects. Let us collate and see a bigger picture through the UPSC syllabus. So I'm now going to reveal each and every component of the GS syllabus in a completely different form. Yes. Okay. Let us first of all see the customer profile. So hence GS paper 1. So in GS paper 1, we all know the major components are the history and culture, geography, and Indian society. Now, when all these three things are there in paper number 1, there must have been definite purpose. So now there must be connection between all these three. Yes. And the connection that we are going to find out, yes, is very simple. To know the society of any place in the world, we should be knowing about its history and culture and the geography, because these are the two most important catalysts that shapes the society. And when you see the Indian society, it is of huge diversity. We talk about unity in diversity. Now, why there's a diversity in Indian society? Because we got a diverse history and culture, right from the mainstream history to the tribal culture. We've got different land forms, different soil types, hence different occupations. Yes. So that provides diversity to Indian society. And we need to manage that diversity. We need to understand to become a good manager. One of our previous student who is an IAS is posted in Mizoram. Now, Mizoram is what? Extreme corner of India, completely cut away from the mainstream. Now, what he stated to me, sir, when I'm serving in Mizoram, the people thinking is completely different. They have more cultural affinity to their tribe, yes, and we have to respect that because we can only work through collaboration, not through conflict, yes. Hence, we need to nurture and develop the non-judgmental attitude. And that is the purpose of what GS paper 1. We are knowing about the customers and customer profile by reading what paper number 1, hence history culture, talks about the society, geography, talks about the society, hence we understand the Indian society. Yes. Now, this is the purpose. So hence, what is the end result of paper number 1? We now become familiar with the formation, the diversity and psyche of the society. Yes. Now, hence, when you look at this paper, this is a customer profile. Yes. Now, these customers require services. Now comes the role of GS paper 2, GS paper 3, and GS paper 4. Yes. Now, let us see GS paper 2. GS paper 2 never starts with M. Lakshmikant. Yes. It starts with polity and governance. Yes. Now, why we need polity and governance? Because now we need to manage the society. So management system is the governance system, and governance system is the biggest service delivery platform for the customers. Yes. So polity and governance is basically required for what? Better management of society. Hence, you need to learn about the political structures. You need to learn about the governance systems. Yes. Now, through this service delivery platform, now we are going to add on other services. When you see the paper number 2, you find there's a space for various policies and schemes. There's space for what? HRD. There's space for what? Your social justice. All these three are basic services to provide basic development to the society. Hence, now, so policies, schemes, HRD, social justice are now going to raise the basic development of society. So these becomes the basic services to the people. Now, besides that, there is a component called IR in GS paper 2, international relations. We always approach IR from the perspective of country versus country. No, it's not India, China, India, Pakistan, or India, US, India, Israel. The basic background to IR is there are around 200 countries in the world. Many countries are doing work which can be better than us. Why not learn from them? So IR and IR exposure brings what? International learnings. All these learnings can be applied within the country again to reach the development level of the country. For example, if India is facing agrarian crisis, now which country becomes important? Israel becomes important because Israel has got better agriculture technologies. Israel has got water conservation methods. And this is not a new thing. When India was designing its constitution, it was borrowed from 5 or 6 major constitutions in the world. Yes, that was again the learning from outside. Similarly, when we were fighting the national movement, we were inspired by what? The Russian Revolution, the French Revolution. Yes. So international learning upgrades the level of thinking and upgrades the development in the society. So hence, this is the purpose of IR. Yes. Gaining global exposure, leading to collaboration, access to knowledge, and best practices for the development of our society. Yes. So now the purpose of paper number 2 is better management and delivery of services. Now, when our purpose is to develop the society, we need to ultimately what? Engage that society into productive work so as to raise the development standards a little later. Yes. So hence comes the role of what? GS paper 3. Now, GS paper 3, when you talk about economy, yes, economy is very, very important to create a highly productive society. So the development level increases when the level of economic productivity increases within the society. Hence, we need to learn about the economy. Now, whenever you see UPSC questions or maybe essay topics, it talks about inclusive growth, demographic dividend. Yes. So inclusive growth and demographic dividend is required to raise the productivity level across the all the citizens within the country. Yes. When everybody contributes, then the country rises. Yes. Then the country becomes Atmanirbhar. Yes. So GS paper 3, when I talk about GS paper 3, economy based on inclusive growth to create a productive society. This is the purpose of the economy in GS paper 3. So now, besides basic development, besides productivity, society also requires one more thing. That is, society wants to become progressive also. That's why in paper number 3, there is a component called science and tech. So science and tech is required to create a highly progressive society. Now we know now this is a science world. Science is required everywhere, from your governance system, that is called e-governance, from education, from health, research, agriculture, security, environment, everywhere science is required. And science is also required to ultimately generate scientific temper, yes, which is one of the fundamental duties. So hence, science creates a highly progressive society. Now, further, society, besides productivity and want to become progressive, also requires one important feature, that is called society wants safety from across the environment. That's why in paper number 3, there are three major components: environment conservation, disaster management, and then security, both internal and external. When all these combined, it is going to create a highly safe society. Environment, biodiversity, disaster management, and security. So now we got the purpose of paper number 3, which is going to create a productive society, a progressive society, a safe society. And all these are services to be delivered to the people of India. Yes. Paper number 4 is your ethics, integrity, and aptitude. When I combine all these three, these are basically moral guidance for the society. Now, when I talk about moral guidance, see, normally when there's a higher standards of EIA, ethics, integrity, and aptitude in a society, definitely the service delivery should be better, will be better, because there's more transparency, more accountability, and hence the faster approach towards development and implementation of various things. So EIA is required in the societies to raise the general level of what productivity, implementation, transparency, and what, yes, decline in overall corruption. Yes. So hence, higher the prevalence of EIA, then better the delivery of services to the customers. Yes. Now, if we are going to work in such a manner, the vision of the preamble will be achievable. That is JLENF for all these citizens. So in short, our formula in the classes will be, in all the classes, 15 online classes plus 5 discussion classes will be justice plus liberty plus equality is equal to fraternity. Normally, when we promote a balanced form of justice, a balanced form of liberating the people, a balanced form of what equality of status and opportunity, naturally the society marches towards fraternity. Yes, this will be our goal. And this is a sign of a prepared and a democratic society. And democratic society definitely symbolizes Atmanirbhar Bharat. Yes. So this is a brief overview. And now what you have seen is, first paper is the customer profile. Rest 3 papers are the services to be delivered to the customers. And now this is going to give rise a big picture, that is society tree. Yes. So I have drawn a rough diagram through my hand, but it will be more than enough to understand. Yes. May not be beautiful when you look at it. Yes. But still I am going to explain that. Yes. So this is society tree, now is visible. Yes. So when you see this tree, this is the stem of the tree. These are 4 branches. These are linked with your 4 GS papers, GS paper 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, when you see this tree, GS paper 1, so there's a combination of what? Geography, history, and society. Hence, we are learning about formation and diversity. So this is basically emerging into your customer profile, GS paper 1. Yes. Now, rest 3 are linked with what services to be delivered to the people. Yes. Hence, GS paper 2, polity and governance, a sound management system is required, which is going to be service delivery system. Yes. And the services are the schemes, human resource development, social justice, raising the development level of the people. Now, learning from abroad, collaborating from abroad, again bringing development to India. Yes. Then we are moving towards GS paper 3, that is economy, hence productivity. Now, when we talk about science, making society progressive. Yes. Now, security, disaster management, environment, creating a safe society. And then finally, GS paper 4, we are talking about moral guidance, EIA. So when you strengthen all these things, then the roots of democracy get strengthened. And the roots are justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. Yes. So this is the picture. Now, try to see the UPSC syllabus in such a manner, then you will be enjoying your exercise. You will be knowing what to do with your questions, what you want to do with your essays. You are able to see the entire picture now. You can easily deduce the UPSC question and frame the answers and frame the essays. Yes, this is the way forward. Now, this is the general breakup of the GS papers. Now let's see how essay fits in this. Yes. Now, essay we all know does not have any defined syllabus, and hence the essay topics are derived from what GS areas or the GS portions or completely GS papers. Yes. So let me see how the essays. Let me show you how the essays fits in this. Yes. Now, how does essay fits in this picture in the whatever we discussed till now? Let me take some essay topics from past year UPSC papers. Yes. So let us now focus on the topic and try to understand them. First is, was it the policy paralysis or the paralysis of implementation which slowed the growth of our country? Yes. So now, so we all know we are very, very good in what designing schemes and programs, but the major issue is what paralysis of implementation. Now, the biggest irony is that as you're preparing for UPSC examination, you are ultimately mugging up around 200 schemes launched by various ministries. Yes, maybe the UPSC will be asking in what the prelims examination or maybe the mains examination. But the schemes are not designed for you. Schemes are designed for the actual person living in the rural remote areas. And the biggest irony is that if you ask them about the scheme, they are not knowing about the schemes. Yes. So here the completely different picture emerges. Why this picture emerges? Because we are seeing paralysis of implementation. Now, this topic is hinting towards how to remove paralysis of implementation. Hence, we need governance reforms. So this topic is talking about governance and governance reforms. Hence, this becomes a part of what GS paper 2. So hence, when you know about polity and governance, what are the basic problems and what are the ways of bringing solutions, you can ultimately answer this essay topic. Yes. See, even when we talk about various schemes in this country, many may not have reached their desired conclusion, but there are certain schemes which have succeeded. For example, if I talk about a scheme which has not reached the desired conclusion, is the family planning program. India was the first country in the entire Asia to start the family planning program. But we failed to deliver, we failed to connect with the customers, why the small size of family matters, and hence we are around what, around 30 to 40 crore surplus people in this country. Yes. But on the other side, a program in which Government of India was fully successful was or is Project Tiger. When India launched Project Tiger in 1970s, early 70s, India had got less than 1,000 tigers. Now there are around 3,000 tigers. That's a success. And India is the major host for tigers now in the world. But though this is a success, but this creates an imbalance. Failure of one policy or the success of one policy also creates a disbalance in the society. For example, what we are seeing now, man-animal conflict. Tigers require a space, hence more conservation areas to be created for them. But human wants to encroach. So means disbalance in the population of both is now creating again a problem. So we need to implement the schemes in such a manner that most of them are reaching the desired conclusion. So hence, solve this topic on the basis of what examples, solve this topic on the basis of what governance reforms. So hence, this is a part of GS paper 2. Yes. Now, let us take another topic. Poverty anywhere is a threat to prosperity everywhere. Yes, this is a topic. Now, we all know more the disparities in the society, whether social or economic. Here it is talking about economic. Yes, more the disparities, lesser the haves, more the have-nots. Definitely, there can be more flux in the society, more disturbance. It can impact the peace and stability. Hence, to create a better peace in society, stability in society, what is required is economic justice, and that can only be created through inclusive growth. That's why most of the UPSC topics or maybe questions in the GS papers are talking about inclusive growth and requirement of economic justice. Yes. Okay. So hence your mastery on what economy, how to promote an economy in a balanced manner so as to cater to all the demographic dividend, create jobs for the people, creates skills, creates entrepreneurship will be the answer for this. Yes. Now, third topic is destiny of a nation is shaped in classrooms. Yes, destiny definitely gets shaped in the classroom, but that classroom should also be fully equipped. Now, the meaning of equipped classroom is, if you know about a report called ASER report, Annual Status of Education Report, it talks about there are more than 1 lakh schools in India which are driven by one teacher each. Yes. So hence, such type of school are not going to shape the destiny of the nation. There are missing teachers, lack of funding, lack of facilities. Though we are coming with one of the best education policies, but policies are different thing. More, what is more important is implementation. Yes. So now here talk about the new education policy. Now talk about how it is going to be implemented at every level, primary, secondary, higher education level, so as to shape the destiny of the nation. So hence your knowledge of the education as a whole will be required to be answered here. And HRD is a part of GS paper 2. Now, fulfillment of new women in India is a myth. Yes. This is directly from what social justice. Yes. So now what we are saying is a pandemic of rape in this country. Yes. So now what we are saying is still huge disempowerment of women. So this topic is saying real women empowerment is still a myth. Yes, in this country. So hence we need to answer that. We need to answer what are the problems. What are the problems emerging from any of the factors, political, economic, social, or the mindsets. Yes, and how to erase them. Because our purpose is to create a real women empowerment and remove the myth of empowerment. Yes. So better understanding on women issues, and it's a part of our GS paper 2, definitely also hinting towards GS paper 1, the part of society. So hence knowledge of GS paper 1 and 2 will be helping in writing what this, and definitely current affairs. Yes. Now, very interesting topic. We may brave human laws but cannot resist natural laws. So natural laws are basically the environmental laws which are unwritten, but the human beings have to follow. Because if we are going to tamper more with the natural environment laws, we are going to ultimately ruin the planet Earth and ultimately impacting the entire species and humanity. That means we need to conserve the environment. So this talks about how to conserve the environment. This topic is linked with environmental issues. So again, impacting your GS paper 3 and the role of current affairs. Okay, so essay does not have any separate syllabus, but the GS syllabus becomes a syllabus for essay. Now, this is purely ethics. Yes, people that values its privileges about its principles loses both. Now, ethics. So it is talking about there are certain sections in each and every society across the world which have got maximum privileges, and they do not want to give on their privileges to others. They want to conserve. But many times what happens, they are forced to give up. So they lose both. For example, when I talk about a country called South Africa, there was a system of apartheid, yes, where the whites had all the privileges and the natives were denied any of these privileges. So what happened? There were international sanctions against South Africa. There was international shaming of South African white minority government. They were even debarred from participating in what global sports tournament. Hence, they were forced to open up the country for all, conduct free general elections, and hence they had to give their privileges. Yes. So it is purely ethics. It's right down in the form of individual ethics, collective ethics, international examples, and definitely Indian examples also. Yes. You can ultimately write on the caste system also in this. Yes. Okay. Now, this is a pure IR topic. Yes. Has the non-aligned movement lost its relevance in multipolar world? Non-aligned movement. Now, still when you see non-aligned movement, there are 120 countries. Yes. Now, when we see globally, whenever India participates in global forums, we are mostly overpowered by China because China dominates or try to dominate everywhere. But there are two places in which China is not there. One is NAM. So China is not a member here, just an observer here. Yes. And when we talk about Commonwealth, again, China is not there. So 120 countries on NAM can be a huge force if India becomes a leader of NAM, because we require a backing of countries to ultimately grab the UN Security Council seat. Yes. So hence the power is required of the countries to support India's candidature there. So NAM has got a huge relevance even today, but we have to reform the functioning of the NAM according to the changing times. Yes. That is a requirement. Yes. So again, your knowledge of IR becomes important. Your knowledge of IR related current affairs become important. Yes. And let's take one last topic here. Let's take a topic of science also. Science and technology is the panacea for the growth and security of nation. And as already explained, science is required everywhere from the governance levels to the security. So explain the role of science in each and every sphere. Yes. So whatever we have seen is GS portions or current affairs linked with GS applies in your answer writing with respect to essays. Yes. So this is the way we are going to see the essay topics. We are going to discuss, we are going to answer, and definitely first of all, we're designing 3 formulas for explaining and answering all of these and enormous ideas to be discussed through these classes. Now, the next stage for you is, so that's why what happens, essay becomes the paper number 1. I'm not saying this. When you see the UPSC notification, the mains examination essay termed as paper number 1. So that means the day you are able to write a good essay on any given topic means you are a UPSC fit candidate because you have mastered the entire current affairs and GS knowledge. Yes, that is a sign. That's why this is a benchmark for preparation. Now, for checking your preparedness, I have already we have already shared a diagnostic test, and in that we have given 4 topics and very important topics so that you can assess yourself where you stand now, and then on the basis of assessment now, what you will be achieving in next 20 days, then you will be able to analyze that you achieved a lot. Yes, that will be a building exercise which each and every class you are going to build, you're going to see your individual build up for reaching the UPSC job fitness level. Yes, so I'm going to share those topics again. The first topic that I've given in terms of diagnostic test was a great democracy must be progressive, and it will soon cease to be a great democracy. So it is talking about that democracy. We have already discussed that democracy should always be moving in the positive direction. It is the progressive direction. And what is that direction? Promoting better political, economic, social, and environmental justice. And that will be leading us to become a better democracy, a fully functional, successful democracy, and one of the best in what democracy index. So apply the formula of how to upgrade the political justice, economic justice, social justice, environmental justice, and raise the functioning of democracy. Yes, that will be the answer for that. Second is intelligence plus character. That is the goal of true education. Now, we see normally in the society, we see education from very narrow perspective. Yes. So education for most of the people can be just getting a degree or maybe a diploma or a skill certificate or just getting a job. That is only a literacy, not actually education. Yes. So education means when you have got a comprehensive way of seeing the things. That means 3 indicators are there for becoming a really educated person. First is, do you have original thinking? Do you have independent thinking? And do you have critical thinking? So independent, original, and critical thinking makes a person a really educated person. So how to infuse that? So again, first of all, we need to explain the meaning of education here, true education, based on these 3 was original, independent, original thinking, and then talk about how it can be applied in schools, in colleges, and what any form of education programs. Yes, so we have to explain. Yes. Now, social responsibility breeds social justice. Now, who is social responsibility? Everyone. Individual social responsibility, us, yes. Collective social responsibility, corporate social responsibility, governance social responsibility, and definitely international social responsibility by following the UN Declaration of Human Rights and its principles. Yes, when all of these are going to what act in the manner of bettering the society, and definitely it will move towards social justice. So you have to explain your individual role, collective role of society, the role of the governance, the role of the corporates, and definitely how to apply UN Declaration of Human Rights. Yes, to create what social justice. And the next topic that I gave you was economic justice is one of the pillars of social harmony. Yes, when you promote what economic justice, definitely people will be better satisfied. Yes, okay, there will be lesser flux in society. People become more collaborative, they will become less violent, yes, less frustrated, less irritated, and definitely it breeds for social harmony. So we have to again talk about how to create work for the people, hence rolling out economic justice. So these are the 4 diagnostic tests. Yes, so these were made live on what 10th of October. But these will be again be what convert to what live topics to be answered by the new people who will be joining in for next 1 week. Try all these topics. This will be an assessment exercise. Yes. Now, on this note, I'm going to do a recap. Now, the recap that we discussed was we were talking about a big picture, that is the Atmanirbhar Bharat. The vision is emerging from the preamble of the Constitution. Signs are there in the preamble of the Constitution. Then we discussed about the role of a civil servant as a manager. As a manager is supposed to deliver product, that is democracy, services, and finally reaching the customers. Now, who are the customers? We saw that on the basis of GS paper 1. What were the services? We saw that on the basis of GS paper 2, 3, and 4. And then we have ultimately seen the asset topics linked with GS topics. And this is a self-diagnostic test. Now, let us now move towards a basic formula of answering. I was talking about certain formulas. Let us start doing one formula. Yes. If you want to deliver the product of democracy to the customers, but the most important thing, the customer should also be trained or upgraded to receive that product. If the people are not having democratic mindsets, they may not be seeing the virtue of democracy. Hence, we need to prepare the society first. Yes. So this is going to be a formula number 1, preparation of society. If you want to note down, just note down preparation of society. Yes, formula 1. Now, when I talk about formula 1, preparation of society, this term again I have not used from my own mindset. Yes, this has been taken again from a UPSC essay topic. Let me share that UPSC essay topic. Preparedness of our society for India's global leadership role. Yes, so this is the topic. So it is talking about how to prepare our society. So for this, let us ultimately lay down a formula. Yes, and that formula starts with, now you know the product, that is democracy. Start designing this formula on the sheet of paper or anything that you want to, just draw it. Yes, so this is the first product, that is democracy. Start with the product, we need to deliver that. We know about its features: political, social, economic, and environmental justice. But now, before going forward, let me put a question first. Yes, now why we want all these features in our democracy as a product? Why we want? I've already given a hint on what environmental justice. Yes, we need to fight climate change, hence we need to focus on this. But why all these three: political, economic, and social? Why all these three? They were already there in the preamble. That means the constitution makers would have seen the merit of including all these things for the society. Now, how they were ultimately able to include all of these? Were they inspired from the past? Were there something in the past which ultimately prompted them to ultimately include all these type of things? Yes. Let me show you a UPSC topic. Yes. And the topic is, the past is a permanent dimension of human consciousness and values. Yes, the past. And the past is history. Now, who were the first set of people who were inspired by the past in post-independent India? They were the constitution makers, because when they analyzed the past, they found certain imbalances. And those imbalances should now need to be removed in the post-independent India. Hence, they included all these terms: political, economic, and social justice. Let me elaborate this more on the basis of an explanation on the slide. Yes. There are certain symbols of power. Yes, there are certain symbols of power which requires to be distributed within the society. Now, the first symbol of power that becomes very, very important, that requires proper distribution, is education. Now, when you talk about education, so you are all educated people, you are all graduates and above. Yes. Now, but very, very interesting thing is, in India, only 10% people are graduates. 10%. Many of you may not be knowing this figure, but I'm going to quote the 2011 census report. According to 2011 census report, the actual number of graduates in this country are 8.15%. Now add 10 more years, so we are hovering around 10%. That means who are you? You are the top 10% bracket of this country. That means 90% people are below you in terms of education. Yes. So you are the tip of the iceberg. Yes. You are a tip of the iceberg. And when the person is more educated, definitely has got more influencing power, more powerful. Yes. When the person is educated, definitely had got more economic means. Yes. So hence, education improves the economic profile also and the social profile also. Yes. But when we see the history, this symbol of power, education, were either denied or limited to, were denied to women, backward section, differently abled, or third gender or transgenders. Yes. So now, education were either denied or limited to, so hence, kept away from education. Yes. Now let's move towards another symbol of power. That was, or that is, still is land ownership. Now again, when we see there's a denial of land ownership to all of these, yes, especially when we talk about women first, you must have heard a term that is becoming very prominent now that is called feminization of agriculture. So feminization is happening because more and more labor force that is now women, but the actual feminization of agriculture will be when the land is also transferred in their name. Land is still transferred in the name of the males, not females, yes. So means land ownership, the denial continues to women. Here I'm talking about basically agricultural land, yes. Now, third symbol of power in history was kingship. So again, denial. Here I'm not talking about Ahilyabai or Razia Sultan. Yes, there was the exceptions. Yes, I'm talking about the norm. Yes. So here, denial, denial, denial. Yes. So similarly, access to administration. Again, we found denial, 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 and denial. And last symbol of power is business or trade. Again, you'll find very limited role or denial. So now what we see throughout the history, there was huge disbalance of power in our society, where these were ultimately denied to all these sections and confined to the few. Yes. Who are these few? In terms of gender, male. In terms of class, the upper class. Yes. So now this required to be corrected in what post-independent India, and this was ultimately seen by the constitution makers. Hence, they included political, economic, and social justice. That we see now what we are doing now on all these scenarios or all these factors. Yes. Education, we brought right to education. Now when we talk about right to education, the purpose is to distribute the education or spread the education to all. Now when we spread education, I told you before that we spread even what economic justice, because the educated person can earn better. Then we also promote social justice because education is linked with prestige also. Yes. So we raise the economic and social profile. And if the education is the highest quality, definitely more interactive mindsets. Yes. So right to education is important, but what is also important is equality of status and opportunity with respect to better quality of education. So that will be part of reforms in education. Yes. Now, when we talk about land ownership, so what we have done since post-independent India, we abolished princely states, we abolished zamindari, we brought a land distribution act, yes, land ceiling act. The purpose is to distribute the land, yes. So again, when you distribute a land is linked with what? Social prestige, yes. And land also brings what? Economic means of earning, yes. Again, raising the social and economic profile, yes. Now, kingship. Now, today's kings are the elected representatives who are sitting in assemblies and parliament. Now, when we talk about kingship today, so let us take about local self-government, panchayats first, yes. So we have brought reservation for women in panchayat, 33%. Certain states have what increased this to 50% also. And there's a bill that is being pending in parliament which is talking about 50% reservation for women in panchayats, yes. And there's also a bill which is pending in parliament for 33% reservation in what parliament and assemblies. Yes, that means the purpose is distribute the political power to even the gender, the women. There are seats reserved for SCs and STs. So again, we are distributing the political power to each and every one. Now, again, we are trying to mainstream the third gender community also. They are also included. Yes. Now, when we talk about administration. So as you are writing the UPSC examination, you know there's a reservation of seats for the backward sections. Yes. Okay. There's a reservation of seats for differently abled. All these comes under Article 1516, that is called positive discrimination. And if the government wants, then government can also create special reservation for women in UPSC itself. Yes, because they also come under positive discrimination. Yes. Now when we talk about business, the bigger question is how to democratize the business space. So what we are seeing for last 3-4 years, there's a term that is coming into picture that's called startup culture or the entrepreneurship. Now, when we are promoting more startup and entrepreneurship, this can be started by anyone, irrespective of their background. So when the startup culture ultimately succeeds in this country, we are also democratizing the business space. Now, what we are saying is a distribution of power for which we are trying to work. That's why we require democracy in what political, economic, and social sense. Yes, this is the purpose. So now we have understood our product is democracy. Okay, our product is democracy, and there are 4 features. Why all these features? We have answered why. Now we require a service delivery platform to deliver that. So let us now move ahead to a service delivery platform. So democracy to be rolled out by good governance. Yes. So this is the service delivery platform. This is the engine for democracy, and this is going to create a platform. Yes. So now this platform will be supporting the delivery of the services and product, but on the other side, now training the people also so that they are capable of receiving the services and product. Yes. So this is going to work in both the directions. Yes. So now the role of good governance is also targeting the customers. Yes. Let us see what they do. This is for all the citizens of the country. And I am going to use a term here, put a hashtag, this is called human beings. Yes. Now, why I have used the term human being here? Because we all are born as human beings. Nobody is born as human resource for the country. So hence, the good governance starts with by converting the human beings into human resource. So there are 2 sections of good governance. One is human resource development, and second is human resource management. Yes, HRM. So let us see the first part here. So good governance focus area 1 will be human resource development. Yes. Now, how to promote this? Now, whenever we read various articles in the newspaper, whenever we read various reports, whenever we compare India on the SDI index or SDR index, we come across that there are various people who insist that a government should be focusing and investing more on education and health. These are 2 most important pillars that raise the human resource development level of the society. So the first pillar is quality education. Now, what is the meaning of quality education? Let me ultimately summarize. I will be taking education as a topic in detail through the course of the classes in the coming classes. But here, in just one line, what is the meaning of quality education? It's very simple. It means conversion of an empty mind into an open mind. Yes, this is the meaning of quality education. Now, again, we are all born as empty minds. So the role of education is to convert us into open mind. An open-minded person is more inclusive, participative, and definitely this is a sign of what? Democracy. So this is the meaning of quality education. Yes. Second pillar is quality health. Now again, let me summarize what is the meaning of health here. It means soundness of mind and body, individually and collectively. Now, which the person is sound through mind and body, definitely the person is more productive, is a better human resource for the country. And the person who is both educated and healthy, a very, very fine product for country's future development. Yes. So this is the first area in which the good governance should be focusing on in terms of raising the customer and the customer profile and their quality. Yes. Now, when we are developing the people, we need to manage them also. So let us see the second part of this. Good governance focus area to human resource management. Now, let us see the pillars here. We all know an empty mind is a devil's workshop. That means we need to engage the people. So the best form of managing the people is give them work. And the work can be either by creation of jobs or by upgrading their entrepreneurial skills. Though we are going to upgrade the entrepreneurial skills, there should be work also so that they are going to run their enterprises. Yes. So let us see. The first pillar is dignified livelihoods to all, to manage the people well. And here, what will be the end result of dignified livelihoods? It is going to promote economic justice and better peace and stability in society. Now, besides work, to manage the people, one thing is also required, and we all crave for it. Everyone craves for one thing, that is called respect. Yes, whether inside the home or outside. Sometimes we even fight with our own siblings because we feel that they have not treated us well. Even we are annoyed with our parents. But here, the craving for respect, when seen within the home or in the society, there's a general term for that. That is called social justice to all. Yes. And that's why this can be summarized in the form of respect to all. It promotes dignity, inclusion, and again, better peace and stability in society. Now we are moving towards better human resource management by giving them work and giving them respect. And now, thirdly, the last important pillar, which is going to what provide the management, is safety and security to people. Safety, that requires safe and clean environment to live, and security, both internal and external. Yes. So all these three are the important features of human resource management. And this gives our formula number 1. Let me now convert that formula into a flow chart. Yes. So now we know that democracy is our product. And the features are political, social, economic, and environmental. Yes. Now, to deliver this, we require a service delivery platform, that is good governance. And now this can be delivered well to the people when we are raising their profiles. Hence now bifurcate into 2 parts, HRD, HRM. Now put the pillars here. Here it is going to be quality education. Here it is going to be quality health. And here the 3 pillars are your dignified livelihoods, social justice, and then your safety. Yes. Now this becomes our first formula, that is formula 1. And this formula will help you in solving what various UPSC topics. Yes, you can apply this. On the basis of this formula, let me ultimately explain how this can be applied in various UPSC topics asked in the previous years. Yes. Now, topic based on the above formula. The first is dreams which should not let India sleep. Now, what are dreams to be achieved for India? We want to become a better democracy. Yes. Now, a better democracy requires better governance. So we require a good governance system. That is also our dream. We require what better human resource development. That is also our dream. We require better management, economy, social justice, every possible thing. That is our dream. You can apply and explain that formula in terms of dreams which should not let India sleep. We need to work on that formula, explain how that can be applied. Yes. Second is quick but steady wins the race. But when we have read this line in school, it was slow and steady wins the race. So here we are in a 21st century world, the things move fast. If we remain slow, we will be left behind. So our action should be very, very quick and swift. So which are the key areas on which we need to develop swiftly our education standards, our health standards, our development of the economy, afterward caring of the society, and again safeguarding the environment. Yes. So all these things will again be explained here. Fast actions. Yes. Again, preparedness of our society for India's global leadership role. We've already done this. Yes, we can ultimately convert that formula and explain how to prepare our society. Then lending hands to someone is better than giving a dole. Yes, lending hands. So now we should not be making people reliant on what cash transfers or maybe direct benefit transfers. We need to upgrade their abilities. We should not be making dependents, because our successful democracy requires empowered citizens, not dependent citizens. And the lending hands are again giving them better education, giving them better health, better work. Yes. So all the same formula also apply. These are the lending hands with upgrade their capabilities and skills. Now, next topic. Best for an individual is not necessarily the best for the society. Now, best for the individual can be maybe becoming rich at the cost of others. Best for individuals may be what aspiring for a very, very powerful post or career. That can be, again, it leads to unhealthy competition where only few people succeed and rest of the people are remaining unutilized. So what is the best for the society? The best for the society is again your HRD and HRM. Yes. So explain what is the best for the society. And there are many more topics in the coming years. This year, there can be similar topics which can be answered on the basis of this formula. Yes. So I have taken first formula for detailed discussion today. Two more formulas I'm going to discuss from tomorrow, and then n number of ideas which are waiting for the people who want to join or to part of this class. And we are going to resume the classes tomorrow, and those people who want to connect. Yes. So please connect with us. rouseis.com. Yes, go to the website. There's a course available. There's a contact number. Just connect with me. And I know you want that belief to score 176 marks, and I will be delivering on that. Just connect with me. We are waiting for you tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. We are going to resume the class. And thanks from the host, that is Ritesh Kumar Singh, and definitely Rouse IS Study Circle. So welcome. I want to see you tomorrow. On this note, I am ending the class. Thanks for participation.